Hey guys, good evening. Hey beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our channel. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi Sarah. Welcome, welcome Chinsom. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We only got like 48 hours before the new year. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Brother Ben, for being here. How's everyone doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. So, today we are doing business. Okay. We're doing business today because when you play every day, there's no food for lazy man. Okay. So sometimes you play, sometimes you work. It's good to work because if you don't work, you cannot eat. So thanks to everybody that is joining me, all the early birds. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. I heart you very much. Without much ado, we're just gonna jump into the show. I've got my guest with me tonight, and she's going to be talking IT. So help me to welcome Pamela from Corel Consulting. Hi, Pamela.
Hi, hello everyone. Everyone wherever
Welcome.
you are in the world and happy New Year in advance.
Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
So, Pamela is based in the US, and do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, so my name is Pam, and I have been in the IT industry for about 6 years. I started out as a Scrum Master, worked my way into being a product owner and a QA tester. I have worked in oil and gas, mostly doing software, but I've worked in oil and gas and I have worked in retail, doing softwares for both industries. So that's just mostly me in a nutshell. I am Nigerian. I was born in the US, spent some time in Nigeria, lived in different parts of the world, came back to the US. So yeah, so everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much. Welcome, Pam. So tonight we want to talk about IT. So, as you know, when the year is going to an end, I don't know about a lot of people usually take stock, thinking about how the year has been for them, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and I actually know because I have the privilege of talking to a lot of people because of my platform that a lot of diasporans who jackpot you know, struggle, in terms of settling down and getting into good paying jobs.
Yeah,
And as a matter of fact, a lot of people have just, they've found it difficult to be able to move from, start the jobs that they started with to into professional jobs. So tonight we want to talk about moving into, for those people who feel like maybe perhaps going into a new year, it's time for a career change, it's time for me to upgrade, it's time for me to earn those mega bucks. I hear there's a lot of money in IT. Is that
there
true?
is. Yeah, there definitely is. Some starting salaries can start between, and sometimes this is with an associate's degree. Sometimes this is with a bachelor's degree, and the bachelor's degree does not have to be specifically in STEM. You can come in with a business degree. I've seen some people come in with law degrees, teaching degrees, and you are offered salary between $30 to $40 an hour. And starting and within a year that can double, that can go up to $50 to $60 an hour.
Right, fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm all about empowerment here. I'm all about giving information. I know it's not everybody that will be open to that, but there are a lot of people that are open to that. So we want to talk about IT careers today. And you own the or you are you the CEO of the Coral Consulting, or
Yes.
you okay, tell
Yep.
us a little bit about your company.
So for my company, Corral Consulting, we essentially do is we help people find IT jobs and we help them keep it. So we help them. I have a training course for technical Scrum Master for people who do know about Scrum. Scrum used to be very, very traditional, but it's essentially like a mini project manager. It used to be very, very traditional, but now it has segued into technical. And I'm focusing more on the technical aspects of Scrum, i.e., data science, machine learning, not on a core aspect, but more on an intro level aspect, and that's what I focus on. So I train you with that, and then I also help with things like resume prep, job interview prep, along with other minor things that they don't really teach you about, like how to put in your time, how to adjust to an American work environment, how to deal with American HR, American work culture. You know, like if your boss makes a joke, you can understand the joke without feeling like an outsider, and helping you bypass outsiders. Not what is it called again? When you feeling basically feeling like an outsider in the company. That way you don't feel like that. Just teaching you just teaching you American work culture, how to negotiate your salary, and then I also help with how to write your resume, what to put on your resume that stands out to recruiters. Because believe it or not, long time ago I was a recruiter, so I know what recruiters look for in resumes. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, we get a lot of those actually, Chidima.
Mhm.
We get
Yeah,
a lot.
Chidima is asking a good question here. What's the best path for someone to switch from nursing to IT? I actually like this question because a lot of our people
Our
always
nurses.
feel like nursing is the only way where you can, actually earn a really decent, this you can have a decent career and good money. So, do you have an answer, a long or short answer to that?
Yeah, actually, so the people who come, because I am Nigerian, the bulk of the people around me are Nigerian, and they're also nurses, and they work in different parts of the medical field. And in the different groups that I'm in, we do have a lot of Nigerians who want to do nursing, who want to segue from nursing into tech. Again, it helps if you take the course, you get the Scrum certification. You honestly just need you need someone to train you, someone to hold your hand for at least a year, which is what my company offers, and someone to teach you American work culture. One of the biggest hurdles we have is Nigerians, especially if you weren't born here and raised here, is not understanding the work culture. You can be as intelligent as they come, but some people are insecure about their accent, some are insecure about their name. Some you have cases of racism where they'll just like push your name out of the register out of the pile because they can't pronounce it. So I help you get through all those hurdles. But if you're in the medical field, this is a very easy field to segue because it's just mini project management. And I will give you, because I've worked in the field, I will give you real life scenarios so that when you do get there, you're not caught off guard in terms of like, oh, I've never seen that. I don't know how to handle that. I'll give you real life scenarios that I've seen, and majority of the stuff is the same. So,
Right.
yeah, majority of the projects are the same. So I'll give you real life scenarios. That way, when you get there, you're able to make that transition pretty easily. But I mean, almost anybody with at least between an associate's degree to a bachelor's degree and up, preferably in STEM, business, can segue into this field. And even if you got your degree in Nigeria, that's also fine as long as you have the degree with you or you have a transcript from a university in Nigeria, which companies will ask for, and I'll ask for it as well, just to make sure that I can get you placed, because I don't want to help you do this transition and then you don't have the degree and you can't get in.
Right. So, in your company, when did you start your company, and how many years have you been into, helping people, training people, and getting them into IT jobs?
So I officially started a company, but I've been helping people for about 3 years now. Unofficially, I've been helping people unofficially with everything from how to make their LinkedIn attract more recruiters, what to put on their resume, what to remove from their resume. I mean, there are things that you would not even think are a factor that actually are a factor. Like, if you have like we tend to have long names as Africans. If you shorten it, you get more callbacks. I've helped a friend with that. If you add more technical skills, you get more callbacks. If you it just depends. Like if you some people don't really know how to, a lot of people actually don't know how to put a resume together, an attractive resume. So because because if especially if you were born and raised in Nigeria, resume is not really that big of a deal because most people get jobs based on who they know.
Right.
Yeah, so but here it's very, especially in the IT world, it's very very different. And I help with continuous learning, so I don't just teach you and then send you on your way. That's why I keep you in my LinkedIn group, my WhatsApp group for about a year and a half to make sure that, or as long as you need, to make sure that you are consistent with the new technologies that are coming out, because this is the tech world. New technologies come out almost every 6 months, and it's important
Mm.
to me that you know that because some companies are asking for that. Like there was a time where I had a call with the recruiter and they asked me if I knew Snowflake. This was before I even knew what Snowflake was, and I didn't get that job because I didn't know what Snowflake was. So
Right. So the world of IT is constantly changing.
it is, yeah.
Okay. Is this similar to AI as well? Is it inclusive in the career path? Because we had someone here who was talking to us about AI, getting to the world of AI a while ago. She was actually going to come here to talk to us about it because she felt like there weren't many black people there, there weren't many Nigerians or Africans there, and there is lots of opportunities in that industry for us.
Yeah, so I actually will cover that. Part of the continuous learning is continuously teaching you more. I have plenty of courses that I've paid for on Udemy, so I use that as the continuous learning. So once I'm done teaching you the technical Scrum, we then segue into data science, at least intro to data. Everything is on our website, which I'm going to pin. I'm going to put all of that in this link. But I do intro to data science, intro to machine learning, intro to artificial intelligence, because this is where the market is headed. And if you want to continue with getting an artificial intelligence certificate, I can definitely help you with. I don't offer it yet, but I can help you find a company that does, because there are some companies that are paying up to 300,000 a year for people who have artificial intelligence certificates because they need that badly, because that's where a lot of companies are going now.
Right.
Automation is very heavy in every industry, from oil and gas to the medical field. It's everywhere. So if you understand automation, if you understand AI, you're golden.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Pam. Now, tell us about this course. You offer a course that will help people get into Scrum, you said, and is the technical aspect of Scrum. Is
Yeah.
that the first level that you need to know if you want to get into, if you want to transition from whatever field you are or whatever career you are currently in, you want to transition into IT? Is it Scrum? This Scrum, is it the first step? What you
It's
need to know?
Yeah, it's one of the easiest steps. It's compared to the the more difficult ones like solutions architect or like machine learning engineer, AI engineer, data engineer. This is one of the easiest ones.
Right.
Yeah, that's why for me I want to help people get, because I've worked as a I worked as a regular scrum master and a technical scrum master, so I have plenty of experience, and I definitely want to share my experience with with my people in my community. And then from there we will then do the continuous learning so you can understand more about data science and data engineering. One of the reasons I chose to go through the technical route was because I saw a lot of people were laid off from regular scrum, and they've been laid off for about 6 months now, 6 months to 8 months, and they've not been able to find work because they're not technical. And when you're in this field, you spend, I would say, at least 80% of your time talking to developers. And if you don't, you're talking to developers, talking to scrum master, I mean, talking to solutions architects, and they'll be discussing things like, master data management, or different types of coding languages like Python, Java, JavaScript, back end data, front end data. If you don't understand any of this stuff, you're going to be completely lost. And if you're lost, you won't be able to maintain the job. And a lot of the people in this field, they're like bloodhounds. If they remotely sniff out that you don't know what you're doing, they're going to cut you immediately.
Hmm.
Um, so that's one of the reasons I offered this, because I found that a lot of people were not. They will just give you some 2-day course and send you on your way. Um,
So it's a highly competitive market out there. So you need to know your stuff.
it is. I mean, it is and it's not. It is. They are getting a lot of resumes, but some people know how to put together a fantastic resume, but
Right.
they have no clue what they're doing, and I've
Right.
seen that. And then there are people who they know what they're doing, but they don't
The
know how to do
resume
resume.
does not align.
They
Yeah.
also don't even know how to do an interview. Some people are very nervous. They have a like they're very introverted. They're very very nervous. They don't know how to speak publicly. And when we're done with the course and I segue to the interviews, I make everyone speak. I turn You must turn on your camera, you must speak, because I need to make sure that you can speak in front of an interviewer, because a lot of IT interviews are like three parts. You talk to a recruiter, then you talk to maybe a project manager, then you talk to the technical people, and the technical people are very rough. And and if they remotely hear that you don't even know the difference between a front end language and a back end language, they throw you out immediately. So I break down all these things for you to make sure that every angle they come at you from, you can block it and send and and answer their questions without with confidence.
Right. Okay. So let me make you laugh. A lot of Nigerians recently when we talk about IT, everybody is saying they're into IT. But what I've found, which is quite funny, is that people work in every organization will have their IT department, which is it's kind of like if you're working in an organization, you have some problems with your computer, the people that you call to help you fix whatever system that you're using, and if your computer is not working, they set you up basically. I
Yeah.
don't know what they are called, but it's IT they call them. So
So
some people started saying, some of our people now say when they say they are into IT, that's actually what they are doing. So all these things that you're mentioning now, Python and Snake and all these things, got nothing to do with what they do. All they do is repair computers. So, please, can you tell us the difference between working in just setting people up when they have, like when my system freezes now, we call them desktop admin, and people that really, we are talking about IT expert professionals, like people like Brother Bio and some other people that are here that I know that work in IT. Tell us the difference, please, so that we can know clearly what we are talking about.
So I'm gonna tell you the difference, and I'm gonna tell you a very funny story from my mom's aunt about her finding out about what I do. So the difference is what you mentioned is tech support. That's a very that doesn't even that requires maybe like an associate's degree. So those guys, granted, if you're those guys typically make between like 25 to 30 an hour, which is not bad, but it's not really a job that you can move up in terms of mobility unless you have a degree and you have some high tech certifications, because that's a job anybody can do. Actually, in a lot of those jobs, there's most people in India. That's how they make their living. They'll just you call them, they'll answer. There's a link you drop. They're able to access your computer and fix your computer for you. So what you just mentioned, that's tech support, and a lot
Tech
of
support. Yeah, tech support.
yeah, a lot of people who started out who are in IT now, that's where they started, and then they just kind of increased their started getting maybe got like a software engineering degree, and then they just started moving up in the company.
Right.
But yeah, so but what I described what I do being a product, so I'm a product owner, and what we do, we mostly just focus on any software product that we're working on, everything from the ideation of the product, which actually in my company right now, I'm working on some ideation stuff, but from the ideation of the product to where you work with the product designer, which I'm also a product designer, UI UX design. I'll cover that in my course as well. To writing the user stories, conveying the user stories to the developers. But prior to that, you have a requirements gathering meeting from the stakeholders, which I mean, some stakeholders are easy, some are difficult to please. You could make an entire project right, and you can make an entire design right now, and the product and the stakeholders like, oh, I love it, and then tomorrow they're like, I hate it. And that has actually happened to me before. So my job is basically just to act as a liaison between the developers and the stakeholders. But that's not your job as a scrum master. As a job as a scrum master is just to make sure that your company, your team is following the scrum process. um,
Right.
I will later be offering courses for PO if anybody wants, but I feel like if you're just getting into scrum, if you're just getting into IT, scrum is easier. Then you can work your way into product owner, solutions architect, product champion, whatever you want to go through.
Right.
But
So you're going to tell us the story about your mom's friend and the job they thought you're doing.
no, it's my mom's aunt actually.
Your mom's friend.
Yeah, she was a nurse in the UK. So she overheard my sister, because my family lives back home. She overheard my sister talk me and her talking about Python over the phone. She calls me and she's like, I just wanted to say I don't think that a snake is a good thing for a married woman to have. I think
Yeah.
that's a very unfriendly animal to have as a pet. And
One
I
minute,
was
please. Just keep talking. I need to get something, a package at the door. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Just keep talking.
Okay, and I didn't even know how to convey that. I didn't know how to convey that. I was talking because she didn't know what software was, and she doesn't know she doesn't know about any of the stuff, and she was just so I didn't even know what to say. I just said okay ma, I won't get a pet snake. I'll go get a puppy. She's like, okay, that's more like it. And keep in mind, this woman is like 80 years old. So I I didn't know how to explain to her what software, what a software language was, because she doesn't know anything about how to operate computers. I saw somebody here talk about finance. If you want to segue from, yeah, there's a lot of people who are coming in from the finance industry as well, and yeah, there's a lot of people coming in from the finance industry as well into Scrum, and they're actually doing very well. The only thing with finance is that they scrutinize your background more because you are dealing with people's accounts, and finance also leans a little bit more on on the cybersecurity side as well. And I'm not really that strong with cybersecurity, but I know people who are. I can get my friends who are in cybersecurity to come and talk every now and then about about cybersecurity, which I will build a course for that about I think 3 months from now. But as of right now, if you're going to go into finance from Scrum, I would suggest let finance does not need to be your first job. Take another company. Take pharmaceuticals. They're not quite as strong with the background checks. Then go into finance.
Okay, thank you very much, Pam. Someone is asking a question, Honey Baby, saying a lot of people are talking about cloud computing. Is that a good avenue to go into as a newbie when you're just going into IT?
Um, okay. So cloud computing has levels. I I think it depends on how you were trained and which cloud which specific cloud you're using. So with cloud computing, there's AWS, there's Azure, and then there's a Google Cloud, Google Cloud practitioner. So I would suggest AWS because it is the most popular, and that's the one where you can find work the fastest. And then you can just start at the lower level and then kind of work your way up to being a cloud practitioner. But it's a very well paid job, especially when you're dealing with companies that are doing cloud migration when they're going from mainframe into cloud migration. It's very well paid if you want to transition to that, and Amazon has a great program for that as well.
Okay, thank you. Moving on very quickly. Tell us about your course the course that you offer for people who want to transition into IT jobs.
So it's a 10-week course. And after the course, then we start going over, towards the end of the course, we start going over interview prep. And then while we're doing interview prep, I'll also be introducing you to like intro to data science, intro to machine learning. I just kind of have enough material for about a year. But the interview prep, it's so I will once we're done with the course, I will move you to a separate WhatsApp group. So I'll move you to a separate WhatsApp group so that you can start working on interview prep. That way we don't get confused who belongs where. And the
Right.
interview prep can go between 4 to 6 weeks depending on how much you need. And like I said, I make everyone turn on their camera and talk. But for the course, so we go over every single thing about technical Scrum. So the course is automated. I have a it's it I'll be there, so it's a live session on Zoom. I'll send you a Zoom link. So I'll be there and I'll play it in the background, and then once I'm done playing, we have a discussion about if you have any questions, what do you learn, what do you need to know. But I'm very big on people participating. It's very important to me. That way I know that you and I will call on people. That way because I don't want you to just sit there, and I don't want your money to go to waste, because I know people don't have money like that. um, but outside of that, it's a really good if you're new in the US and you need to transition into IT, it's a great way to transition. It's really good money. There's also work from home opportunities. So for those of you who have kids, you have the opportunity to work from home. You can also pick up like full-time and part-time projects if you're able to navigate both. So you have oh, oh yeah, prerequisite courses. So you have you have you can essentially kill two birds with one stone. So there is I don't really have a specific prerequisite, but it is important that you have, like I said, a bachelor's degree is definitely preferred. Usually in anything in STEM, so math, science, engineering, technology, and then also like if you have a business background, law background, teacher background, these are typically good for Scrum. If you went to school in Nigeria, we will be needing to see your transcript or a picture of your degree. And like I said, the recruiters will ask you for it.
Right.
Yeah, and then the fee. So I'm gonna put my link there. My fee is $997. But we also offer payment plans through Klarna or Afterpay if you don't have the money up front. So that's, I figured, that will probably be helpful to a lot of people, and along with Cash App as well. And the other thing that I offer is, if you don't want the course and you need just interview prep and how to just break into the industry, that's not really like an official thing I do, but I also do that. Um, I'll put you in a different WhatsApp group for just interviews, and that's $500 right there, for that one, and it'll include, it'll include interview questions, resume prep, getting you in touch with recruiters, helping you set up your LinkedIn, your Dice, your Indeed, letting you know the best times to apply for work, what types of jobs are available, sending you constant work, and also letting you know like what's in the job market, what you should add to your resume, what you should remove from your resume. Uh, and again, when I talked about like teaching you American culture, how to talk to HR, just making sure like you're a right fit for the environment. Because I don't want people going into this field purely because, oh, I see money, I see money. Like the money is good, but you need to be able to fit into it, because I don't want you in a job where you're just miserable and you don't understand anything, and now you're annoyed with what you're doing.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, is this only for people who are in the US? Somebody in Nigeria is also asking the question. Can people who are not in the US come for the course?
Um, y- yes, but it is. I do have that available. I'll probably, I mean, if you're in Nigeria, I can probably set up something with my family where I can set up an account in Nigeria for you to pay into, and just make sure that, that goes through if you're in Nigeria. For the people living in the UK, like I said, I have Cash App, I have Zelle,
Well, I don't
Afterpay.
think it's the payment that they're asking questions. They're asking questions about the course. If the course, they can attend the course as well in terms of teaching them this Scrum technical aspect of it to be able
Yeah,
to prepare people for the job market.
yeah, they can, but like I'm just kind of considering the time difference. But everything will be recorded. So if you pay, once you pay, I'll put you screenshot me your receipt. I'll put you in the WhatsApp group. So when you wake up in Nigeria, you can just click on it and watch. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm open to clients from anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Would it be possible for somebody in Nigeria to get, these certifications and get trained and get a job outside Nigeria? You think, in your experience, have you seen anyone that got a job in
N-
the US, UK, anywhere in the abroad
the
from
jobs that
Nigeria?
typically the jobs that typically get outsourced to Nigeria are more like they're the harder tech jobs. So things like product owner, scrum master typically don't get outsourced outside of the country, because when you're dealing with stakeholders like people that are in the country. They don't want to deal with outsiders. But things like developer, solutions architect, anybody can do that, because they don't really require you to talk to anyone, because the product owner speaks for you or the scrum master speaks for you. So if you're a developer, or you're a solutions architect, machine learning engineer, data engineer, you can get work from Nigeria.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you said the length of the course is 10 weeks. Okay. What do you cover in the course?
So it's pretty extensive. So I cover intro to Scrum. I cover what Scrum is about. I teach you about the different, like, so the sorry, I have like a bunch of stuff in my head right now, but like um the the different pillars of Scrum, the different phases of Scrum. Is Then I go over a lot of technical stuff. So basically, how Scrum intertwines with data science, with machine learning, and with AI. So that's what I focus on, and not really like the traditional aspects of Scrum, because a lot of the traditional aspects of Scrum has become automated.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I go over things like product backlog grooming. I go over what is a sprint review, sprint retrospective. I go over sprint planning. These are all different Scrum events that happen in Scrum.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like how to manage teams. So if you're doing regular Scrum, which is like one or two teams, or safe Scrum, which is up to 10 teams, how would you be able to manage this? And how do you manage the bulk of your job as a Scrum master is actually just dealing with team conflict. Like if, let's say, like a developer is not able to deliver on time, how do you handle that as a Scrum master? What do you do? How do you tell the stakeholders?
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So, thank you very much for that. You've already told us the price of the course, 9.97. You said
Yeah.
$997 for the course, 10 weeks it covers. So a lot of people are asking questions because you are based in the US, and So they want to know if someone who is not in the US can attend, or is this is just strictly set up for people who are living in the US.
So it depends. Are they wanting to attend and then find work afterwards, or do they just want to do the course?
No, to find work afterwards.
Um, to find work afterwards in America, or in their, like if they're in UK, or if they're in.
Yes, yes, everywhere. Yeah, in the UK,
Yeah,
everywhere in the diaspora.
yeah. If you're within, like, let's say, UK, Canada, I can help with those countries because I understand how the job market works there. But if you're in, like, let's say, Dubai, I really wouldn't know how to help you because I don't even know how that whole system works. Or if you're in Nigeria, but if you're in America, London, Canada, even Germany, I can help with that.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody's asking a question of Bumi Law, but I don't think I understand it quite well. She said, "Is there IT related courses one can do leading to side businesses for someone with full time job, please?" I think this. She's asking a question about how if it's possible to do these jobs as a side job. If there are some
Um,
classes that
if
you can
it,
do.
yeah, if you want to work a Scrum job part time, you can, but I don't really think it's worth it because you put in just as much work working full time as you do part time, and also there aren't that many Scrum jobs. There aren't that many part time jobs. Most of the jobs are full time, so
Right.
there is part time opportunity. Is just not that much.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a full hands-on job. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think you can have a full-time job and also have another full-time job. Usually, if you have a full-time job and you are thinking of something on the side, it's usually something that is more flexible, not
yeah.
something that you have to be work hours, same thing like your normal job. Okay. Okay, let's see. If you have any questions, guys, please feel free to throw your questions in the comment section and ask Pamela. Bill was saying something that there are two parts in tech. One is practical tech, the other is analytical tech. And I think it was advising people that if they can, they should go into I think I saw the comment a while ago.
I think he said practical.
Yeah, you should go into yeah, I think I've seen it. He said, if I would advise anyone who got the patient, go into machine learning. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what is machine learning?
Machine learning is just using deep learning, which is nothing but math equations to predict, algorithms. But in order to do machine learning, you need to have a Python background. Then you need to have a data structure, data science, and algorithms background. So it's machine learning is not something you just jump into. You must know how to do Python before you do machine learning. Anybody who teaches machine learning will tell you this. That's the prerequisite. You must have a strong data science background and a strong Python background.
Right. So these are all stages that you need to, these are all certification that you need to acquire before you can get to the top to do
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
that's why I typically advise people to do Scrum first as a way to get in, because you become familiar with those terms. You become familiar with, like I said, with Scrum, with QA testing, with business analysis. You become familiar with it, and then once you talk to developers for about a year, you talk to solutions architects and product developers, and when you talk to them for about a year, all these terms become familiar with you. That way, when you start going into data science, machine learning, AI, data engineering, you're not confused and you're not lost. If you just jump in like that, and you don't have a strong science background, it may not end well for you. Like you,
So if you can put your website and your contact in the comment section, so I just pin it there for those who want to take it. I know some people reached out to me earlier on and asked that you put your details, your website, and your contact, so I can just pin it while I look at the questions to see if there are more questions. MB is asking, does your course help with certification?
um, I can help you with this. I can help you with the certification, but in order to get a Scrum certification, you have to go through either Scrum.org and Scrum Alliance, and I can help you set that up. It's also a fairly easy exam; like anybody can pass it.
Right.
And like one of the things I do when I go over my when I teach is also I do quizzes, and a lot of the quizzes I'll go over with you are the same quizzes on the exam.
Right. Right.
I'm trying to where would I put my
Yeah, can you see the comment section? If you can just, or just send it to me and I'll put it. If you just send it to me on WhatsApp,
okay.
you should just send me a link to your website and then I'll just put it there so people can see it and click on it and be able to contact you. Yeah, we are talking about, people who are looking to change, especially if you don't have like a professional job, okay? Or you're not satisfied with your job. A lot of people do jobs that they don't like. They do it for the money. I don't know. Because we spend so much of our time in our jobs. Whether you work from home or you go out there to work. I don't know. I know it's not everybody that has the privilege to work a job or to be in a career that they enjoy, but it's a huge part of your life. And if you do something that you absolutely, absolutely hate, that can impact on your mental health. So,
Yeah, it can. And the thing with these types of jobs is you can if you want to go on vacation, you can take it with you. If you want to go to even if you want to go to Nigeria, you can take it with you. You just have to if you're lucky enough to get a company that will because some companies once you step outside of the US, you cannot access your work computer anymore. But
yeah,
some companies, the company that I work for now is international. So anywhere you go, as long as you don't go to like the middle of Alaska, anywhere you go, you'll be able to access your laptop. So I mean, there are people who they get all these certifications and they're able to work even from Nigeria. So
yeah, yeah. So I put the website there. If you check the comment section now, you would see it. Is right there. If you click on it, it will take you straight to Coral Consulting. There are two of them, so I'm putting the second one now.
yeah, the first one is our one of them is Scrum Corral Consulting. It just shows like what we offer. It's our landing page, and then the other one is our company website. And the company website has our email and also our contact.
Okay, BO is saying that you should, if you can speak a little bit, we still got a bit of time. If you can speak a little bit more about the reality of today's IT job market. What's the reality for people to know? What's the
So
reality today?
the reality for today's job market is like the job market is cyclical. So like right now, because it's December, a lot of things have died down. Although we are still getting work, but a lot of things have died down. But once January, February picks up, a lot of jobs start to open up more towards early March, maybe late January, early. I was actually thinking of like pushing back because I have the course set for end of February. I was thinking of pushing it back to maybe earlier January so that by the time we're done with the course, the job market has opened up and I can start pushing people into the job market. But the job market tends to open up more around late February, early March, and that's mostly like a budget issue that's a budgeting thing that these companies do, where like they have a budgeting cycle and they need to keep people around for a certain amount of time and get rid of them and then keep them back. It's a whole like little it's for tax purposes basically, but that's just like the little weird game they play in the U.S. But the
Mm-hmm.
job market does look good. Like I said, if you're more in the technical side, the people who have technical skills, they're getting. I mean, 1 2 weeks they're getting hired. Getting offered between like any based on your
Mm-hmm.
level of experience and based on the state you live in, anywhere from between like 45 to 60 65 an hour. Some states, if you live in Northeast, it might even go up to 80 an hour. Again, it's calculated based on cost of living.
Yeah. Okay. So, does anybody have any question? You've talked about it opening up. I think somebody said it as well that from January ending. I'm seeing that in the comment section. Somebody is saying that the trainings. House of Ada you ask. Okay, you just joined us. The training is 10 weeks. That's what Pam said. Her training is 10 weeks, right?
Yeah, I wanted to address something. Biodun says that the market is saturated. The market is saturated because people are what's happening is that a lot of people who are trainers are essentially giving everybody the exact same resume and they're copying and pasting it. And this is what my recruiter friends have told me that they don't have resumes that are standing out.
Right.
It's like everybody's is saying the same thing,
They are doing.
doing the same thing. They're not giving any. personal experience. They're not giving any personal examples when they speak, and that's one of the things that that kill people in the job market. Where they'll be on an interview, they'll tell me what you did today, and they give the exact same robotic answer. They don't have any life in their voice. They don't have any real life experiences. Some people can't even crack a small joke, to kind of lighten up the mood. Little things like that go a long way. You'll be surprised. I've been in interviews where half the interview was them showing me their dogs, and that's another thing why people love talking about their dogs. So learn to be okay with that. um but yeah, so it does your personality. They do not get a feel for your personality when they're interviewing you. You sound robotic, and that's what's really causing a lot of people.
Yeah,
So
somebody is saying that the website is not loading. That's not true. Click on it again, except you have some blocks on your phone or your I've just clicked on it and I'm literally typing it, consulting.com. Or just put on Google Coral Consulting. It will come out.
I can, yeah,
Yeah,
I can also add, I can also send the our company email. um I can,
that's it. It's just coralconsulting.com. That's what it is. Yeah. To be honest, there's no industry that is not competitive.
yeah,
There's no way you're gonna look at you say, oh, because I'm in this industry, it's only me that I get. Yeah, health and social care, yes. You always have jobs. But other aspects of careers, you always have to compete. But if you are confident, and you know your stuff, and moments with simply is saying, sound confident in your interview, then I don't think you should be afraid of competition. Competition is actually a good thing. I don't know why people are afraid of competition. Competition is good. If you
yeah,
stand out, you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to fear competition. Yeah.
yeah, true. But like I said, you need to give them a feel for your personality, even if you and also if you have a thick accent, most of the people you'll be working with are other foreigners who also have accents. So you don't need to feel insecure about the way you speak. It just is what it is. What are you gonna do? You can't cut out your own, you're not gonna
Yeah.
cut out your tongue. That's
Yeah.
just the way you sound. Own
Yeah.
it and be proud of it. Other groups of they're very proud of, like during Diwali, Indians will take off they'll take their holiday off, be like, hey, I'm out, it's Diwali celebration. So, and you'll be working with a lot of Indians in this field. Every now and then you get some people from, Latin America, but it's a very international field. You'll see some white, majority of the time, like the managers are usually white, and then your coworkers will be people, quote unquote, people of color like yourself.
Yeah. So, coming from Cynthia, who is into recruitment herself, in HR, she
Yeah,
said during interviews you need to be a personable person,
yeah,
because as someone who hires IT professionals, you must show your and add to the company's culture.
yeah,
So this goes to talk about your personality. I mean, given some people are very nervous when it comes to interview. And even though they know the answer, the nerves just kick in and they are not able to really, really sell themselves. Interviews, as much as your CV will get you one foot into the door, the interview is where you really sell yourself. You gotta sell yourself. And you have to be confident without being cocky. Am I right?
yeah. You do. But like you said, you have to sell yourself. You have to sell your skills. Mostly a lot of these companies like people who can solve problems, because that's what they'll throw at you at the interview. They're not going to ask you, name the three pillars of Scrum. They're gonna tell, or name all the Scrum ceremonies. They don't care that you know that. They're gonna say, hey, Raj Singh did not show up today. We have to deploy to production in 5 minutes, and he's our lead product owner. What do you do? That
Yeah.
and you need to come up with a solution right there. It's stuff
Right.
like that that they'll ask you.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to think on your feet. And I think as a lot of people are commenting about the accent thing, I think we should probably just take a minute to talk about that. Everybody has an accent.
Right.
Everybody does. Okay? I don't know why we Africans always feel that we're the only one with accent. As long as you are not born, in a certain part of the world, wherever you are born, you inherit the accent. It's just normal. I think for me, what is important is for you to talk clearly and speak in a way that you can be understand. Communication is about you understand what I'm saying. It doesn't matter the accent, as long as I can pronounce my words. And I mean, we see people from Asian or Russian, Ukrainian background that, they have even heavier accent than us. And they are white, right? And they still going for interviews, they do their thing. So people shouldn't, I don't think people should worry too much about accents.
No, you shouldn't worry about. A lot of companies today are, I mean, this is not 1980 or 1970. A lot of companies today are way more tolerant of people of different backgrounds because they understand that we are in a global world. I mean, I've been at company events and they're playing like Afro beats at the company picnic. So it's we're in a we're in a very very and this would be company events in like Norway. So yeah, we're in a global world, and if you have a back, especially in IT, if you have a background in a different country, own that. That shows it. You can, because in some companies, your stakeholder will be in a different country.
Yeah,
So yeah, your stakeholder will be in a different country. Your boss might be in a different country.
yeah.
I've worked projects where I never saw my boss was in Norway, my boss was in Sweden, but we had to just their background may be different. So at the end of the day, we had to focus on the project and deliver. So yeah, the accent isn't an issue. I saw someone here write about the he thought this would be focused more on other projects. I mean, other types of IT instead of just Scrum. The reason I started out with Scrum is that Scrum is easy compared to other ones.
Yeah.
I'm open to teaching about other things: product owner, solutions architect, cybersecurity. I'm going to be adding more courses as I go along, but Scrum is the easiest one to get
Hmm.
into if you have no experience at all. And also, like, I plan on teaching you more as we go along. I'm not just gonna like, and the more that I will be teaching you, like when I do the intro to data science, that's part of the continuous learning. So you're not paying more on top of that.
Hmm.
That's just part of the continuous learning. But I will offer like a full cybersecurity course or a full product owner course, and that's just part of it. But if you want to learn something else on your own, and there's enough of you, maybe if there's like 10 of you that want to learn product owner, since I'm a product owner, I will do a product owner course if you want. But the reason I'm starting out with Scrum is that it's easy, and I mean, almost anybody from any background. I've seen teachers in Scrum, lawyers in Scrum, all kinds of people in Scrum.
So basically, if you want to get into, it's like wanting to learn English or learning to read, you need to start with ABC.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So you
I
have
don't
to start with ABC. You're not going
yeah.
to start with the technical stuff when you don't know the basic one. It's common sense.
Right. And I don't want to overwhelm people. Like I could come on here and discuss master data management. And when we're done, your whole audience is going to be like, what did she just, what
Yeah,
did she just
we'll
say?
be lost. We'll just be
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now everybody is saying that Scrum is okay. It's not everybody that knows about Scrum, so we start from somewhere, right? And then we get you
It's,
climb the ladder.
it's not everyone that knows, but like if you have to pick between which one to get into, I mean, outside of like tech support, like you mentioned, the reason Scrum is a better option is that it pays well compared to like tech support, where the maximum you can earn is maybe like 35 an hour. But Scrum pays well, and it's like I said, it pays well. You can do it from home. You can still be with your family. You can work from anywhere in the world, and you can continue to move up. I don't suggest anybody stay in Scrum because it's not really a field you stay in. I suggest use it to get in, build up yourself, and then move into product owner. But you can even flat out leave the IT industry if you don't even like it. But it's a lot. Some people use it as a way to just kind of like get some quick money, save up, maybe start a business in Nigeria and leave.
So a turning point is asking a question we've answered before, so we're not going to answer it again. Yes, if you're in the UK, she can help you, so you can register for the course as well. All right, turning point. Brand new to food is asking Auntie B, ask Bill's questions.
Can you ask her
Um,
in clinical IT?
can you
Yeah,
ask her if she does clinical IT, since
nursing or
most
Nigerian
women in
schools.
care may want to switch?
Yeah, if you're in nursing or in the medical field, yeah, I'll gladly coach you. It's not a difficult transition at all. A lot of I'm when I first started out the Scrum group that I was in, um, I was the only one there who kind of had like a data science background. Everybody else there was nursing. Like most of the people there, they were mostly Nigerian and they were all nursing.
Hmm. So people actually transition a lot from nursing to
Yeah,
IT.
plenty,
Right.
and most of them are Nigerian Ghanaian women. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay. So, like you said, get into it and then offer more
Yeah,
education
yeah,
and
get into
train,
it. And
train.
if you like the, because I got into it and I like the technical stuff, so I started focusing more on like solutions architect and data science, and don't want to freak out people talking about Python before they have nightmares tonight. But 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 yeah, I started going into all that stuff and learning about Java, JavaScript, backend development, front end development.
Mhm,
So I started going through all that stuff, but that's because I liked it. Some people may not like it and they'll just decide I want to do PO, because with PO you get to talk to people. With solutions architect, you're not really talking to anyone. You're more like typing away in the back. But solutions architect, because their job is mostly back-end data structure, and back-end data structure pays really well. They make up to 250, 300, sometimes even 600 depending on the company. But it is brutal. That's why they make that much money, because no one wants to do that job. Um,
mhm.
Eventually though, I will also go into I would my last stop would be robotics. I would like to get into machine learning. When we do machine learning and AI, we can eventually segue into robotics. That's where I would like to get everyone at the end.
Right. Okay, somebody's asking a question. I think this is the final question we're going to take because of time. Ruth is asking a question. What about data analyst? Is it the same thing as data science?
No, data analyst is just one aspect of data science. Data science is huge. Data science, there's data science, data engineering, business intelligence, which is usually known as BI. I don't know if you guys have heard of Power BI, but no, data science is broad, and then data analysis is just one aspect of data science.
Mm-hmm. Bill saying, what's your advice for people who lied about their work experience and are not able to defend it during the interviews when you lie
So
on your CV?
this is the part where it helps to really memorize, because if you're gonna come on into the industry and put stuff on your CV, that's why it helps to really know your stuff, because if you're gonna put 6 years, then you better defend that 6 years. um
Mm,
so if you're gonna put, that's why I always tell people, put what you can handle on your CV. If you can defend 5 years, 2 years, whatever you put in, just make sure you can defend that. Make sure you memorize all the companies. Pick a project that you worked on. You just go on their company and say, let's say if you worked on like if you put Bed Bath and Beyond on your project, on your resume, you can write in there, I worked on the Bye Bye Baby project, and say what you did in that project. If you put Halliburton on your resume, you can put, I worked on the network configuration tools project, and be able to defend that. So that's what companies like to see. Have examples, be able to defend that. Don't do too much. Don't say stuff and then, because a lot of these technical people, once you get them talking, they won't shut up. So don't do too much and expose yourself. Um but yeah, say what you can defend, but keep your answers short, sweet, straight to the point, and only answer what they ask you. Don't go into like 101. Answer like, how long were you at this company? 2 years. Make sure everything is simple, easy to memorize. Put 2 years on your resume. Maybe you can do like two companies. You were in each company for 3 years. Don't go and put six companies on your resume. You cannot defend all six companies.
So basically, don't put anything that you cannot defend. If you need to blow up your CV, blow up in a way that you can defend whatever you put there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't put anything you can't defend. Don't put anything you can't remember. Like, memorize, and also make it make sense. So like, if the company you work for, that company is known for doing like back end data structure, don't go there and say you did HMI. HMI is all front end data structure, and they'll look at you like, look at this fool. They think they can fool us. So the people you're talking to, they're not idiots. So don't approach them like idiots.
Right. Yam Yam is asking a very good question. Do you handle slow learners?
Yeah. If you need extra time, I'll just put you in a separate WhatsApp group and we'll just keep working. That's fine, because I know some people, all this stuff can be very overwhelming, and that's why I plan on continuing with the data science course, so that, because the bulk of what you're handling is data. I'm a product owner slash data manager, so the bulk of what you're handling is data, and you need to understand everything about the data. Once you understand that, everything will make sense. But when you don't understand that, it will look, you'll be confused when the developers are talking, especially once the solutions architects start talking. Like, there's this product that they have called Swagger, and you'd be like, oh, okay, swag. Like, no, that's not what they're saying. So
Yeah. Okay. What's your email address for people who want to contact you? They have questions, they want to reach out. The website is already there. It's coraconsulting.com. What about your email, or if you have a contact number?
So
email.
yeah, everything is on our website, but I will say the number here. So our company Outlook, if you are interested in taking the course,
Mm-hmm.
it's a contact. That's
Con-
contact
contact. Mm-hmm.
CONTACT
Mm-hmm.
at coralconsulting.com. So that's our Outlook.
Okay. Coral Consulting.
I sent it to you on
You sent it to
WhatsApp.
me
Yeah.
just now.
I sent it like I think 10 minutes ago.
Right. Okay. I think I've typed it. Let me check my WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Okay.
and
That's
I will
it.
put
Mm-hmm.
in my email.
So if you want more information, I realize that it's not everybody that is here. Some people might catch this later on. Some
Yeah, and
people might have questions for Pam. You want
yeah,
to talk to her one on one. Those who are watching this on playback or those who are here, you have more questions on how to get into the course or what you need to know. Please drop her an email. So I'm dropping the email now.
yeah,
That's
I'm also gonna put my we have a company number. Everything is on our page. If you go on Corral Consulting, everything is on our page. It's also on our YouTube page. I don't know if you want to drop the video, the
yeah.
YouTube video and the link. And once you click on that, everything is on there. The contact, the phone number, it's on there as well.
Yeah, I did see the YouTube as well. Okay, that's your number as well. Okay, let me quickly post that. Right, we're rounding up now. Thank you so much, Pam, for coming.
Yeah,
I encourage everybody, if this is something that you feel is for you, you're gonna benefit from it. You're thinking of going into IT, don't be afraid. See, we're all about setting goals and moving ahead. Don't feel frustrated. There's no point feeling frustrated in your job and you're living hand to mouth, you barely make enough. Remember, we inherited this that we're paying. Unfortunately, that it is what it is for us. There's nothing you can do about it. So we're talking about maximizing the potentials and the opportunities we have in the diaspora. So if this is something that you think is going to benefit you in the new year, definitely please grab it. And this is one of us. Somebody was saying in the comment section that a lot of Indians get a lot of their people,
yeah,
they give back to their people by training them to go into this field. So we have one of
yeah.
our own, a sister who wants to help people to get into this field. So definitely
and
take the
and the and
opportunity.
the Indians, they target those the solutions architect, those ones are like 300, 350. Those ones, that job, the back end data structure job that nobody wants to do, they target those ones. That's how they're able to within 2 years own like 20 hotels and stuff. So
Yeah. We are talking about big money here. We are talking about mega bucks. Hmm? Okay, somebody is saying, Gravita said, thank you, Auntie B and Pam. I'm more convinced about making the switch now. Oh, if that's definitely the way forward for you, definitely give Pam, drop her an email or give her a call and go for it. Go for it. There's nothing. You know how I'm a very, very positive and optimistic person. I don't believe there's anything that is impossible if you make up your mind.
yeah,
Look, once your mind is made up, gravitas, just make up your mind that this year I'm going to learn this Scrum master thing. I'm going to get into IT and I will keep training. In a year's time, you will come back to give us testimony because you keep going. There is no impossibility. Make up your mind and you will do it. It's not that hard because I always think this way. Those people that are doing it, those Indians that you're talking about, Pam, do they have two heads?
nope. They
Exactly.
don't, and
Exactly.
they do the same 8 to 10 week course, and then they get in.
That's it.
Also, I'm gonna hammer on this again that this is a if you're if you're one of these people who just came to the diaspora newly, this is a great career transition. That way, you don't have to work in all these like low income jobs, work your whole life. You don't get to spend any time with your kids. And like I said, there is a on our website there is a pay as you go. There's a Klarna, then there's a firm. If you want to use a payment plan, if you don't have the money right away.
Yeah. Okay, that's really really fantastic because Pam is not just offering you the course. She's also offering you an opportunity to have a payment plan, which is really really fantastic. So it means that if you don't have the money to pay at once, you can pay gradually while you learn. I mean, what's better
Well,
than that?
actually, so what Klarna
Hmm?
does is like they
Go
give you
ahead.
what Klarna does is they give you the money up front, and then you pay them back. So it's like a credit system. So then you pay them back little by little. So they'll give you like maybe you pay $100 a month, or yeah, typically it's that way. It'll be like 100 a month or something like that till you pay it off. I think your screen's frozen.
Sorry, guys. I was frozen there for a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead. You were saying something.
No, so I said that with Klarna, it's like a credit system. So you apply for it, and then they'll give you the money, and then you pay me, and then you pay them. They'll give you like a system to pay them back. So a lot of times it'll be something like $100 a month or something along that level.
Right. Okay, Klana. That's
Yeah.
okay. I think I've seen it before, but I've never used it. I don't know. Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Uh somebody Bellissimo is saying thank you, Auntie B and Pam. I'm currently doing a 12-week data analyst bootcamp and will be contacting Pamela as well. Go for
Okay.
it.
All right.
Go for it.
And I have a friend who is a data engineer, West African guy as well, and I will be bringing him in to speak on data engineering. So that way, like you can get an actual someone he's been in that field for I think 5 years. So you can get someone who's actually in that field, and I will also try to get some of my friends who are developers to come and
Yeah,
speak as
that's your
well. So,
website. Pin the link.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so you guys
So
can get the difference between front end and back end development. But yeah.
mhm. Yeah, that's what she just said, Judith. It's like you keep repeating the questions that she just answered. She said, if you will just jackpot and you are looking for an opportunity where you don't need to stay in a low, this is for you. That's what
Mm-hmm.
she said. Okay. She just answered that question, my dear. Okay. I just shared the YouTube link. If you click on it in the comment section now, you will see. That's correct consulting. BO is saying something very important here. He said,
Yeah.
just just know patience is required. Don't say because you paid for one training, it means you get a job fast. Be patient and consistent. Yeah. It's like matchmaking,
Yeah.
you know. It's like matchmaking. When you pay Dr. Shola for matchmaking, don't tell him to go and produce a man from nowhere for you. You have to wait. You have to wait. Yeah, that's important. Okay. Finally, what do you have to say before we bring this session to a close, Pam?
Well, I wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. I hope that this message gets out to more people. As Africans, as Nigerians, we do not have to work these low income jobs forever. These tech jobs are ripe for the taking. I know that a lot of the people who came in the 80s and the 70s, if they had known about these jobs, a lot of us would be in a whole different tax bracket by now. But
The jobs were existing back then. They had the
yeah,
jobs then.
these jobs have been in existence since like the Indians have been in it. The ones who've spoken to me, they've been in it since as far back as 1979.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why didn't we know? Why did what that? Oh my goodness! Information is power. Is knowledge is power.
Not Scrum or product owner, but like other things, like a lot of the dev jobs. A lot of like my husband says he was learning about JavaScript as far back as like 1996. So yeah.
So your husband is into IT as well.
He's a lawyer. He was in IT. He left. He went back to his law profession.
So he prefers law to IT.
Indeed, he has no passion for it.
Right. Okay. Okay, that's all right. I think it's all about the passion. Once you have the passion for it and you are committed, guys, please, if there's one thing we need to take into 2020, if I have to make a video, I think I'll probably do a video of the things that we shouldn't take into 2024. Let's have a can-do attitude.
Yeah.
Please, I'm begging you guys. Don't put yourself down to say I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, at my age. Oh, I have children. I'm a woman. Who will take me serious? Look at me the way I talk. You don't need to be intimidated because the color of their skin is different from yours. Okay? Once you know something, you know it. And what you know, nobody can take away from you. So please, let's have a can-do attitude in 2024.
Yeah, I saw what Mr. Bo just posted. Once you start earning high six, I mean, I cannot tell you the nurses that I've spoken to, and they only work. The people who left nursing and went into Scrum or PO or cybersecurity, they only work like 4 to 6 hours a day. They have all this time with their children and their husbands and their husband and their friends, and they're like, man, I cannot believe I was doing 12 hours in nursing, and earning the same pay, and now I'm doing the same thing. Some people are even asking them, like, "Are you scamming? How are you living like this?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's not Bill said there's nothing like a good paycheck. Oh,
I agree. Yeah.
I love money. I love money. Money makes life sweet.
Oh yeah.
Money makes life sweet. Honestly.
Especially money that you don't have to, like, you can literally roll over from your bed and you start working.
Yeah, yeah. Working from home. I mean, COVID, it changed the world. It changed the world. And most jobs that you work from home, usually the work that you work from home, mental work pays more than physical work.
It does. Yeah.
So I need to just say that before we wrap up. Mental work pays more. There's no physical work that, okay, there may be some, but mental work usually pays more. That's why you see all the CEOs and they are all doing mental work, computer and office. Physical work, there's a cap. It's just that there is no route for progression in such fields of jobs.
But
Okay?
but it doesn't have to be, because, like, so the thing is, after, with the money you make from this, you can literally make enough to go start a business in Nigeria or in any other, or in a safer African country.
Mm,
You can retire, you can start a business here in America. There are some people who they have their passion is, catering, event planning, daycare. I have a
mm.
friend who went into this, and after him and his wife did cybersecurity, after that they opened up like 3 daycares in Houston, and now they're good. They're just chilling and money's coming in. So the opportunity is limited. I also, another thing that I'll also offer is like how to manage your money once you start making it. That way you don't squander it. I have, like, on the side, it's like financial advice. So, like, setting up things like like an Acorns account, setting up things like a 401k and IRA. So I help with that as well. That way, like, you're not just working away, because there are people who, like, have made 200k and they have nothing to show for it, because
Mhm,
they were,
mhm.
because as the money was coming in, the
They're
money,
spending, they're buying things.
not only are they spending, they also have, like, they've their shoulders are now up, so they're now, like, have put themselves on a pedestal as like, oh, I'm the messiah of my family. So now they're
Yeah,
helping their whole village, and then they look in their account and all the money's gone. So you have to
yeah,
keep some for yourself.
yeah. You have to. Blessing, yes, you don't need to do science. Just have a degree. You can even have a degree in business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my degree's in business. My degree's in business.
You
It's
don't
in,
need to be in science to get into it, okay?
yeah.
Blessing. Okay. If you just joined us, please start the show again from the beginning and then watch it all over again. And you can contact you can contact Pam, Cora Consulting. Yeah. All the links are in the comment section. You would see them. The YouTube video, I've just posted it. And if you click on the link again for the YouTube video, you see all the link. You see, we rise by lifting one another. Our community, we need to rise up. The reason why we are so disrespected is because we don't have economic power.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why Black people are so marginalized. He who
Yeah,
plays the piper dictates the tune. We need to have economic power. You cannot have power without money. You need money to have power.
especially in this economy.
So I know it's not everybody that use people just let's just do our best because again it's not for us alone. The reason why I work very hard is because I know my children are watching and I want them to see firsthand what you can achieve when you work hard and you are focused on achieving your goals and your dreams because the children do see it, they see it and there's no bigger motivation for your children than actually seeing you living out your dreams. Like everything you tell them you want to do, you do it and they are seeing it. So it's important.
Yeah, if you
Mhm.
also have people who I know a lot of people are planning to quote unquote jackpot this, this January into Canada, into, and I watch a lot of these including yours. I watch a lot of these diaspora videos about coming here and not
Mhm.
being able to find work. It is that a lot of us are not being told what jobs are available, and like I said, with more, a lot of, the men do like the Uber driver work, and
Yeah,
that job is being saturated. Like here in the US, they're giving a lot of those jobs to the Mexicans because they're the more protected immigrant group, so they're giving a lot of those jobs to the Mexicans, and it's kind of like, you know it's causing like a lot of issues. So even now in Nigeria, I'm advising my friends on which IT jobs to do. So I like I
mhm.
said, I plan on adding more. I plan on adding business analyst and cybersecurity.
Yeah.
to my course. But as of right now, I just want to start with Scrum because at least like I know, regardless of your background, as long as you have a bachelor's, I can push you into Scrum. Then
So,
later,
so, so a few people are asking this question. What if you don't have a degree? You did say like a mid-level. I don't know what mid-level is in Nigeria. Would that be HND or OND?
if you don't have, I honestly don't know because the thing is they will ask you for the degree. The only people who can kind of get in without the degree are people who are doing like I said, that back end data stuff, the solutions architect. Those guys can get in without a degree because what they do is so difficult. No one wants to do it, so they'll give that job to anybody who can do it. If you want to learn that, I can say I can you can email me. Hey, I don't have a degree, but I do need a job, and I can send you to. I know some people who train people for that, and they can transition you and show you what to put on your resume and how to get into that field. But if you don't have a degree, I don't want to. I don't want. That's not something that I can help you with because
Mhm.
they're going to demand. Because in every job that I work, they have actually demanded for my college transcript, which I've had to send.
If you don't have a degree and if it's something that you feel like is going to help you on the long run, please go and get a degree. It's never too late. Okay, I know some people are thinking now, oh, but I don't have a degree. But you can. I mean, if you're in the diaspora, especially, there are flexible ways of learning, of having a degree. You don't need to go to school full time. There are
Yeah,
open universities, there are evening, weekend. You can
yeah,
get a degree. It's only
yeah,
3 years in the UK to get a degree. You get a BA, a BSc. If you need to go do access or whatever course that you need before you go into uni, 4 years, and you are done.
yeah,
So please don't let anything stop
yeah,
you.
and you can go through if you're in the US, you can go through a community college. They're way cheaper than regular colleges. You can go through a community
Exactly.
college.
Exactly.
You can also go through Coursera. There are some universities that they have the entire curriculum uploaded online. You just pay and go.
So the reason why I was saying is we had this very interesting conversation here the other day. A lot of people were bashing me when I was talking about how somebody was mentally lazy and they spent all this money to Japa, and she ended up failing the course and saying that, oh, she doesn't know how to read, she doesn't know book and all that. I I didn't, very typically, women will expect me to just support whatever a woman is doing.
Right.
But when I see BS, I just see it for what it is. Okay? Now, they spent all this money in the jackpot, and she failed the school because she was giving excuses that, oh, I don't know book. And I wasn't taking, I was like, no, this is a defeatist attitude. And I personally don't like it. People didn't like me in that video. They were bashing me. They said that me, I was not supporting her. After all, she said she doesn't know book. Anyway, what I will tell you is that, again, your mindset is everything. There is nobody that doesn't know book. There is nobody that cannot read. It's all about your mindset. If you make up your mind. And again, remember what we just said just now? Those of you who were coming for me the other day. What did we just say now? And a lot of you in the comment section agreed. Mental work.
So
And the only way you can do mental work is by education. It's by having, yeah, my dear,
but
let's round
yeah,
up
I'm seeing a
here
lot of people
before I
saying that
start.
some people are saying that they don't have degrees. So if you can start with tech support. That doesn't usually require a degree, or sometimes that requires just an associate. You can start with tech support, but while you're doing it, get your degree so that you can get into the better jobs with the better pay. So if you don't have a degree, that's a good way to start.
Oh, don't worry, the joke is on me. Rebecca Hills was here that day and she said, the lady said that my head is not strong. You know my head is not strong. I don't know book. I told you I don't know.
This guy said
Yeah,
this guy said imagine if all women go into IT. I think yeah, if all women go
oh.
into IT, it makes things a lot easier. It makes things much easier because then both parties have money coming in, and there's a
Mm,
lot of the I noticed that a lot
mm,
of the diaspora fights are typically because of the lack of money. So
yeah. Yeah, Rebecca, yes, your head will not book by force. All of you will not book by force. Mental work is what we are talking about. IT is mental work. It's not physical work. So if you want those mega bucks, better be thinking of mental work.
can
Talking
you
seriously, that's where the money is.
when
Mhm.
you upload this video, can you please help me write in bold letters that people in nursing can transition, because I've seen so many questions about
I
can
can
people
write it
in
now.
nursing. Please write in bold letters.
People
Nurses
in
welcome.
nursing can transition into IT. Okay.
Uh,
People in nursing
so this guy just
can
said,
transition
this,
into
this guy
IT.
just said, can you
Mhm.
recommend IT degree for those of us who have diploma, associate's degree? Actually, so if you, it depends. If you're here in the US, you can go to your local community college and just ask ask like your local I guess like career advisor, and they can tell you where to go.
Mhm. Okay. So finally, Pamela, what do you have to say to our good people about working and making those mega bucks? Let's focus on making those mega bucks.
So like I said, starting you're looking at between 40 to 60 an hour, which is between like 90 to 100 and maybe 120, an hour, purely for Scrum. Like I said, that goes up when you go into the more technical stuff like AI engineer, solutions architect. Now you're looking at like maybe 250, 300, maybe even 600 if you work on Silicon Valley. Fingers crossed. The work hours are, I mean, depending on the company you work for, sometimes you may only work 4 hours a day, sometimes you may work longer, depending on the kind of company you have. But um, the one thing is, you are in most times you are in the comfort of your home. Some jobs are hybrid, some jobs are fully remote, but you are in the comfort of your home. If you have children, you have time to keep an eye on your kids while you're also earning your big bucks. Again, managing your funds is a big one. So while you are earning that money, be sure to be putting some away in a savings account somewhere in case of a rainy day. But the thing with IT is like getting in is the hard part, and a lot of the reasons a lot of people can't get in is not understanding American work culture, not understanding how to put their resume together, and genuinely just not having like a coach to transition them through. When you have these things, which is what I provide, when you have these things, you get a lot of stuff I learned on my own. Like I literally did the backbreaking labor so y'all don't have to. So y'all don't have to
Mhm.
suffer like I did going there not knowing what to say. So I'll definitely
Mhm.
let you know all, I'll show you guys the right way, and you can get into definitely having access to the funds, and also having access to a whole caliber of people. You're going to be dealing with people who, for me, I worked in oil and gas. I dealt with people who worked at Halliburton, Shell, IBM, all kinds of people from very strong backgrounds. Sorry, what this guy said? Yeah, definitely what Bo just said. Nigerians are not aware of American work culture, and that's one of the things that kind of shoot them in the foot. Like talking about religion, talking about politics,
Mhm.
trying to talk to women at work, all that stuff.
Talking about sexual orientation.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, things like that that are a no in the American workforce, especially in this very politically correct climate that we're in. So I don't just
Mhm.
cover the training; I also cover that as well. If you even need just like what I would consider jackpot training, how to how to like navigate into this
How
field,
to
I can help.
jackpot successfully.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can help you with that as
All
well,
right
because
then.
I've not only lived in I've lived in Nigeria, I've lived in the US, so I know how to be in both worlds pretty easily. But like I said, I'm very easy to talk to. I completely understand not having a tech background, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, see this one that doesn't even know anything. So like I'm very open minded. I
Mhm.
understand people from all backgrounds. Whatever your background is, whether it's you're single, you're married, single mom, single dad, whatever your situation is, even your age, if you're over 50, there's people who are just getting into tech at 60. Yes, 60, I said it.
Mhm.
And they're
Mhm.
thriving and they're doing well. So you're not too old, it's not too late. As long as you have the will and you're determined and you're willing to put in the work, I can get you in. But if
Mhm.
if you don't want to put in the work, I'm not a magician. I can help you, but you have to be willing to help yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pam, for coming. And yeah, we'll touch base later. And
Okay.
thanks for trying to help our people to get them into higher paying jobs and helping them to secure that bag. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. Have a lovely
Yep.
afternoon. Happy New Year. And God bless
Yeah.
you.
Happy New Year. I look forward to seeing
Okay.
everybody. Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you. All right. That was Pam Cora Consulting. Coming here to teach us about transitioning into IT from a basic level of technical scrum master level. So you heard what she said. Even people in their 60s are getting into it. So managing my expectations. I've been looking at your comment and I'm laughing. You were one of the people that was bashing me the other day back. Mm? He said, please don't force our heads to be strong for Buko. Our heads are tender. Mm. Whatever you say about, when you say something, it goes straight to your brain, and that's what happens. Okay. What she's saying is actually true. If you go to university, even in the UK here, you go to university, you see men in their 60s going to school. Okay. It's all about getting better. I've not, I don't know. Some people are just okay where they are. Okay. But I like progress. Okay. And we said that you can't make progress, just sitting in one place doing the same job year in, year out, no promotion, no increment in your salary. There's nothing. You just stay in one spot. So, being that I am by the grace of God, the one that's conveying this platform, I'm going to keep pushing everybody. That's just how I am. Somebody sent in that video and said, Auntie B, you look like this kind of person that will be forcing their children to go to school when they don't want to go to school. I was laughing. I was just laughing. It is well. If you don't want your own children to go to school, that's fine. But I told my children they don't have any excuse not to go to school. Okay? Their father has plenty degrees. I have plenty degrees. What's your excuse? Because again, it's not because we want to force our children, we want to force anybody, But we just seen it in this world that um the more you know, the more knowledge that you have, the more opportunities that is available to you for growth. And we gotta keep growing. You gotta keep growing. You can't stay stagnant. Growth is something that even it is unnatural for somebody not to grow. We have to keep growing. We came to it, I don't know about how you guys think about it, but me, this is the way I think about it. I came all the way from Nigeria, left my home country where I should have been attending parties every day now, this Christmas, different wedding, celebration, and wearing my different clothes and dressing up, having a good time. I left it to come to this cold country where the weather it changes per minute per second. So I have to maximize the best of this country. That's just me. And I encourage you. I want to believe that I can influence you because I can't force anybody to do anything. We are all adults. Yeah, Uchenna, education is power. I want to be able to influence you so that you will be better. Let us be better. Let us eat the good. Let us get these opportunities. Let us get it. Let us make this money. I want to be able to push you to be able to do better than what you've always been doing. Just open your mind. You'll be surprised what you can do. I don't like people with a negative attitude when you start saying, I can't. No. Impossible is not a word that you should put in your dictionary. Tear it out in this new year. Get yourself, because at the end of the day, yeah, talking seriously now, I like to do a lot of this motivation because I've seen people who are frustrated in this part of the world, guys. No joke. I've seen both men and women, especially men, who they are in their 60s, some of them in their 70s, and they are frustrated. Do you know why? Because they never use the opportunities that they have. They didn't. Look at that man that we saw yesterday, the show we did yesterday. If you didn't watch that show, please go back and watch it. It broke my heart to see that man after 21 years in the abroad. Plan to succeed, though. We gotta succeed. We must make it. It's not negotiable. We gotta make it. We have to make it. Eh? We have to make it. There's what? If Indians are making it, Chinese people are making it, all these people are making it. Olori méjì ni. No, we gotta make it. Black people, please, let's help ourselves. We'll make it. Let's have that. It starts from your attitude. Ruth said, I can't thank Auntie B enough for this. Knowledge is power. This video is a filter, it's a lifter. I believe I and my family will be benefit greatly. Yeah. Let us help one another. We rise by lifting one another up. Okay? We have great things. There's a lot of expectations on us. Remember, we come from a country that needs us. Hmm? We keep talking about Indians who stay in their country and be working jobs and taking home thousands of dollars and pounds from here. You that is here, what is your excuse? You say, I can't read book. I cannot read book. You can. Definitely you can. Let us try and get away from all those jobs. Let us get into the jobs that give us the good life, decent money where we can live standard life and we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. So Pam is here. She's trying to help people. Jump into that course. Okay? Prepare yourself. Train. Get the certification. Get into IT if that's what you want. All you do in 2024, please try not to be stagnant. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving because we got a lot of work to do. Don't forget, what we are working for is not just us, our children. There are legions waiting for us. We have black tax, they are waiting, cousins, nieces, aburos, parents waiting for us. So we have to make the best use of the opportunity God has given us. Some people, their only prayer point is to get a visa and come here in Nigeria. Some of you have not gone to Nigeria for a long time. You need to go. So you see, there is hunger in the land. People are looking for opportunities. You have ample opportunities here, and you are not taking advantage of it. Kilo day, please, oh, brothers and sisters, let's wake up from our slumber. Okay, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's grab this money. That's why we are here. Anybody that is saying that, I don't care about money, because when the chips are down, you need that money. Mm. Thank you very much, my people. Bio said being in Nigeria is an advantage because we are smart people. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Ruth. I appreciate you. Have a nice evening. Happy New Year in advance, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And I shall see you in the new year. God bless you. Bye, guys. Love you. Please share this video, subscribe, and like. All the details about, Cora Consulting and Pam will be in the comment section. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Take care. Happy New Year. 2024 will be an amazing year for us. From glory to glory in the name of Jesus. God has a part that is going to play. We too will have a part to play in the decisions that we are making, the steps that we're taking. I pray for you, all my subscribers. Thank you, everyone that supported me in 2023. I pray that you will go from glory to glory in the name of Jesus. Those who are looking for partners, God will grant you peaceful and loving homes. Those who are looking for new jobs, new opportunities, God will open doors for you. Do your own part, God will do his part. Those who are looking for children, the Lord will bless your wombs, he will bless your homes with beautiful babies in the name of Jesus. Those who are looking for their permanent residence, green card, or whatever in this diaspora, I pray that Jehovah that I serve will open the windows of heaven because he has promised us that everywhere that the sole of our foot can touch is given to us as an inheritance. He will bless you with your permanent residence, with your document in this new year. I pray that you will go from glory to glory. The Lord will open a new chapter in your life. As many of you that have supported me on this platform from the beginning of this year and from many, many years, those of you who are my members, those who supported me on Patreon, I pray for you from the bottom of my heart today. The Lord will never leave you, will not forsake you. In this abroad that we are, in the name of Jesus, we are not going to just perish in this land, but we will eat the good of the land. Our goodness and everything that we inherit in this land will be reflected in our lives back home in Nigeria. We are not going to be those people that will go away. They will say, one in London, kilo 20 years, kilo riche. One America, 20 years, ó ti di bàbá America, ó di bàbá London, ìyá London, kilo riche. It will not be our portion. We will not be disgraced in the name of Jesus. We will not be stranded in the name of Jesus. But the farm, we will have testimony continuously in the name of Jesus. I declare and I decree by the authority that is in the name of Jesus that the Lord will open a new chapter. Everything that you desire that is good. Because we serve a living God who is the author and finisher of our faith. And he's the author and he owns everything in his hands. He will give unto us abundantly if you believe. Just say amen to it and please go and walk towards it. And we will have testimonies in the new year in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you. And I heart you. I heart you. I heart you. God will bless you for me. God will keep you all for me. We will cross over safely. There will be no affliction. There will be no death. There will be no sickness. Our, our lives will be protected. God will keep our family, our children, our jobs will be secured. Our businesses will prosper in the name of Jesus. 2024, the Lord will open a new chapter in our life, and we will be just bouncing from one testimony to the other in the name of Jesus. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you on the other side. Have a good evening. Happy New Year. I love you. Bye bye.